All right, today we are diving deep into a concept that's, well, at the heart of all personal finance, regular income. We all get that it's the money that pays the bills, right? But do we really understand all the different ways we can earn it? Let's break it all down.
So let's start with the basics. What is regular income? Simply put, it's the money you can count on, the cash that shows up at predictable times. And that predictability, that's the secret sauce. It's what lets you actually plan your finances and your life instead of just reacting to whatever comes your way.
And that's exactly why this is so important. Getting a handle on your regular income isn't just a good idea. It is the absolute backbone of your entire financial plan. Think of it as the foundation you build everything else on. Your savings, your investments, you name it.
Which brings us to the big question. If regular income is so critical, how do we make it stronger, more resilient? Well, the first step is knowing all the options you have on the table.
The way I see it, income sources really fall into two big buckets. First up, the active earners. This is the money you make from your direct, hands-on, continuous effort. For most of us, this is what we think of when we hear the word work. And the most common form of active income is, of course, a salary or a wage. You trade your time and skills for a steady paycheck from an employer. The key word here is stability. That reliable income is what forms the core of most budgets, because you know exactly what's coming in. But a salary isn't the only way to be an active earner. You could go out on your own, run a business, or start freelancing. And as you can see here, it's really a game of trade-offs. A salary gives you that rock-solid stability with lower risk. But on the flip side, being your own boss can offer way more flexibility and a much higher earning potential. Though, yeah, it definitely comes with more risk and requires a ton of hands-on management. And these days, you can't talk about active income without mentioning the whole gig economy. Side gigs are everywhere. From content creation and online tutoring to driving for a rideshare service, it's become a super popular way to seriously boost your active income on your own terms. Okay, let's shift gears and look at that second bucket of income, what I like to call the passive players. Now, this is what a lot of people dream about, right? It's about making your money work for you, generating income without you having to constantly be involved. This is where your assets start doing the heavy lifting. So, what does that actually look like? Well, say you own a property. You lease it out, and that money you collect, that's rental income. It's a classic, pretty stable way to create a secondary stream of cash. Or hey, maybe you've just got money sitting in a high-yield savings account, or you've invested in bonds. The return you get on that money, that's interest income. It's one of the most predictable and, frankly, low-risk ways to earn passively. And if you're invested in stocks or mutual funds, you might earn dividend income. This is literally a company sharing its profits with you, its shareholder. The key thing to remember with dividends, though, is they aren't guaranteed. It all depends on how well the company is doing. Now, for all the creators out there, there's a really cool one, royalties. If you've written a book, recorded a song, designed a product, any kind of intellectual property, you can earn money every time it gets used. And this quote says it perfectly. You do the work once to create it, and it can pay you back for years to come. All right, and that brings us to our third and final category of income. This one's a little different. It's your financial safety net, money that's there to support you during very specific stages of life, like when you retire or if something happens and you can't work. This safety net comes in a few key forms. You've got pensions, which provide regular income after you stop working. Then there are annuities, where you invest a lump sum to get guaranteed payments later on. And of course, there are government transfers, things like Social Security or disability benefits that are designed to be there when you need them most. Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground here. Active earners, passive players, safety nets. So what's the big takeaway from all this? I think the best way to look at it is like you're building a financial team. Because think about it, relying on just one source of income, like your salary, is kind of like trying to play a soccer match with only one player on the field. What happens if that player gets hurt? Or in our case, what happens if you lose that one job? Game over. It's just really risky. But this is what a strong, diversified team looks like. Sure, your salary might be your star player doing most of the work, but you've also got other players on the field, contributing. A little rental income here, a side gig there, some investment dividends. Each one plays a different role, and together, they make your whole financial situation so much more secure. And the best part, getting started with this isn't as complicated as it sounds. Step 1, know your star player. What's your main source of income right now? Step 2, just explore one potential new teammate. That's it. Maybe it's a small side hustle or just opening an account that earns better interest. Then
Just set one tiny, achievable goal to get the ball rolling.
So if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's that building real, long-lasting financial stability is all about diversification. It's about putting together a team of income sources that work together for you. Which leaves me with one final question for you to think about. What's the next player you're going to add to your team?